Progress report. In NESAP, most schools normally do generate progress report, meaning in some school you call that midterm break. During that midterm break, parents may probably want to see some of their assessment record, for instance, test score, or other forms of assessment like attendance. So in NESAP, you can do that by generating your progress report here. To generate your progress report, you first off have to pick the class you're dealing with as an admin or as a manager of the school with privilege to generate progress report. After picking the class, you load the grades that were recorded for this class. As you can see here, there is a whole lot of information to understand here. At the base here, or below it, you see a key map that tells you the different colors for different range of scores or different range of completion, as grade completion by staff. And at the right hand side, you see there are about 42 progress records here. That means even though we have 3 students here, the total record so far in this view here is about 42 of them. You can expand further to see the detailed subject assessments. Like in this case, you have test 1, you have exams, you have total. If you compress it, it will only show you the summary, that is the total there. As you can see below here, you see the session, the term, the class, the information regarding this class. Like one class is here, 6 subjects, 3 students, 18 grade records, 3 behavior records, 3 skill record, 21 attendance record. So this information is just to give you an overview of what has been done concerning these classes and the records that have been recorded. As you can see for Picabo here, for subject completion, about 18 out of 18 subject records were completed. So as you can see, SUB means subject, as you can see it here. RD simply means record units. So about 18 records were recorded on behalf of Picabo for subjects. For behavior, about 8 of them were recorded. For skill, about 5. For attendance, about 4 out of 4. And again, you can see in this last column here, it says accessible. It's trying to tell you that this record for student is not accessible to the public yet, because you need to be sure that this record is okay before you can make it accessible to the public, especially the subject completion or the subject record for the students where you have your assessment. To view further intel, you have to expand this. As you can see, when we expand it, what makes it 18 is that for this student, the test 1 score, there were about 6 records there. So it was completed. For test 2, as for this 6 here represents 6 subjects. For test 1, it was completed. For exams, 6 subjects, it was completed 6. For total 6 subjects, it was completed 6. Alright, so in most cases for progress report, the total and exam don't have to be complete because you probably wouldn't want to show that. What you usually want to show is normally other forms of assessment like test 1, test 2, average 1. So you look out for those ones. So this one doesn't have to be complete, just this test. And if it's okay, then that means you can further make this report accessible. To make a report accessible, you simply have to publish this report or enable the report to the public. In this new version of NESAP, before you enable report public, there are 2 things. You have to ensure that this report has a progress report layout. So you have to pick the layout of how the report would look like when it's being shown. To make this report public to parents and students, you have to click enable public report. Take note, this enabling is for only this class here. In this new version of NESAP, we no longer wait until the end of term for you to pay for result generation. So even to check your progress report, the system would ask you to pay upfront. Note that when you pay currently now, at the end of the term, you won't have to pay again. This way, we can collect the money and ensure that the portal or server is active for use even until the end of term. So if we make an attempt here to publish this report, it will ask us to pay. If you've paid, you won't see this information. So we're going to go ahead and make payments. by simply using any of these formats, say Paystack, or you can simply copy this and do a transfer and let us know so we can lay it out for you. So let's initiate this payment. So we're simply going to go straight, and this is a demonstration payment, so it's not real. We're going to do a test, assuming that it was successful, and click pay. So if payment is cleared, the result now has been saved and made available to the public. How you know that it's now made available is that on the accessible column, it turns from no to yes, is now green, and there is now the view report link. So clicking here will show you how the progress report will look like for that student. As you can see, this is a typical progress report for this student, how it simply look like. In progress report, you cannot access behavior and skills. You can access subject grades. You can also access your attendance. You can access comments, where you can access every other feature information. To get comment, to get behavior and skill, you get it when you generate your final report. So this is how to enable progress report for the term.